Hello learners, in today's article or in today's video, we'll talk about Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, which is been celebrated. Actually, it was meant to be celebrated annually, but since 2015 onwards, we started celebrating biannually. So we'll know everything about this. What are the positives of this? What can be done more, like solutions, and what exactly is the reason, and what are the different themes being formed in different years. So what is the introduction? We'll have a basic facts about this particular celebrations. When it was being initiated, it was being promised that it would be celebrated annually, but this has changed in the year 2015, and since then we have started celebrating once in 2 years. And what is that particular day which we are celebrating? It's on January 9th. And why? So that we can mark the contributions done by our overseas citizens to the India's economic, political, diplomatic, any such kind of multi-dimensional developments. And why exactly we are celebrating is this? Because when Mahatma Gandhi returned from South Africa to India in the year 1915, and since then he played a very pivotal role in India's freedom struggle. So to mark this kind of return, January 9th has been selected to celebrate the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. Now, who will organize? Which ministry will take care of this particular thing is our External Affairs Ministry, by collaborating with different state governments, and so that the different kinds of themes can come to forward, because we know that we are multidimensional and multicultural country. Now, what is the historical context? It was being initiated to the land in the year 2003 to commemorate the significance of return of Mahatma Gandhi by our Honorable former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. And when was the first convention done? It was held in New Delhi in the year 2003. And what is the objective? Because to strengthen the bond between Indians and the Indian diaspora present across our globe, so that they can participate in India's progress in a multi-dimensional aspect. For this objective in the year 2003, and also to find the significance of the return of Mahatma Gandhi from South Africa to India, this particular celebrations are being celebrated in the country. Now, what are the key features of this? Since 2015, we have celebrated biannually, though initially in 2003, when it was being introduced, we were celebrating annually. And the second one, there are dedicated awards given to which is the highest honorary award conferred to the Indian citizens who are contributing very outstandingly in a different fields, like our philanthropy, science, business and technology. And these are considered very prestigious awards, and who are approximately like 30 individuals are being selected. Not just the individuals, but the organizations, and approximately 30 will be selected and will be recognized in each of the conventions, and these awards will be distributed among them. And coming to themes, whatever the PBD, that is Bharatiya Divas, focuses on a specific theme to address the contemporary diaspora related challenges or opportunities. For example, we're talking very grandly about Amrit Kal. So in that year, the theme was diaspora, reliable partners for India's progress in Amrit Kal. So every time the theme would be different based on the challenges or based on the circumstances present in the global situation. Now, what are the dates and stats available regarding the diaspora is, we are considered the largest diaspora's presence globally, and we are accounting 18 million of NRIs and with 32 million of our PIOs, that is people of Indian origin. And what are the major regions or the countries present is USA, Canada, UAE, UK, Australia and South Africa. If you see, we are diversely there in the continental wise and the country wise. And the total population is 32 million and 18 million respectively. Next, what are the remittances? A remarkable amount of remittances, which is 111 billion, was being received in the year 2023 by our Indian diaspora across the globe to the Indian land. We can imagine the amount of economic circulation done because of this particular move. So the contribution of this to the GDP is approximately 3%. Just imagine the Indian economic states once these remittances are being stopped. So looking at the stats, we've seen that there's a lot of spread among, there's a significant amount of people present across the globe, and also significant amount of money has been flowed by this particular people. So what, to commemorate, to celebrate, to recognize this particular kind of a contribution, we have been selected number of people and also organizations and are trying to give a notable awards. And in the 2021, one such notable awardee was our Rajesh Subramaniam, who was the FedEx CEO for the Business and Commerce Department of FedEx. And in the year 2023, Dr. Mohan Nambayar for the contributions of community welfare was being awarded for this particular notable. And what are the different kinds of fields? The number of fields where these awardees will be distributed. One such as science and technology, business, philanthropy, art and culture as well, and advocating social welfare and India's interest abroad. So such kind of different fields will be recognized and will be given awards. Now, what are the key initiatives and what are the outcomes done in this particular thing is, we are trying to engage with the diaspora so that we can develop in regard. Like Know India program, we have created one such program to understand them, and also scholarship program for diaspora children. Such kind of programs are done for the Indian diaspora, so that we kind of give certain kind of a boost that India is still connected to them. Now, investments and collaborations. Coming to that, we are encouraging this diaspora so that they can invest in the infrastructure, education, healthcare and technology sector. For example, UAE and the Indian diaspora collaborations in the renewable energy projects are remarkable and being spoken across the globe very highly. And coming to cultural diplomacy, Indian culture has been promoted like way together in the Western world. We can see number of videos circulating in the internet showcasing the Indian festivals being celebrated in the Western countries. Then India's stack initiatives. Then engagement with tech-savvy diaspora for digital transformation, including UPI expansion abroad. Already we are been celebrating the success of UPI in the India, and we are very proud about it. And we are trying to include that success with the Indian diaspora present across the globe as well. Now, there are certain challenges to be addressed. Though we are doing so great, though the remittances are in a very significant and a decent amount, we need to address the problem of integration issues, because we've seen that 32 and to 18 million people are across the globe. To gather them or to have to kind of an integration, there is a lack of a systematic follow-up on these particular days. And the representation, there is a need for the greater diaspora representation in the decision-making processes as well. And given the geopolitical tensions, we've seen our Indians have been facing the racial kind of a discrimination and all such. So we need to reduce this geopolitical tensions as well. So these lie the major challenges in addressing our diaspora issue. And what are the recent developments done in the year 2023? Whatever the PBD convention was celebrated in Indore, it was being hosted in Madhya Pradesh. And we could see that 3,500 delegates from 70 countries were being participated. That means the PBD convention is considered a very grand success. And there was a digital engagement as well. There was a use of digital platforms for the outreach and hybrid convention. And most importantly, as I've said that in 2023, the theme was about Amrit Kal. So we spoke about this so much that the goals for 25 years, which are leading to 2047, those goals were being spoken. Now we will see in the year 2025 what is happening. This is the 18th PBD, and which is celebrated in Bhubaneswar from 9th to 10th. So what the theme would be, the diaspora's contribution to Viksit Bharat. In 2023, it was Amrit Kal, and in 2025, it is about Viksit Bharat. So what are the key highlights about this 18th convention is, in January 18th, we are saying that it's Youth Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, where the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports is trying to segment or the focus more on connecting with the younger generation of the diaspora. Like Dr. Dev Pagad is the CEO of Newsweek, will be the guest of honor on this particular day. And on January 9th, it would be an inaugural session where the Prime Minister will be inaugurating the convention, emphasizing the government's contribution and support towards this diaspora. And then the next, it would be thematic plenary sessions, where the 5 sessions will be dwelling into the different aspects of diaspora engagement, including their role in India's development, technological advancement, and as well the cultural heritage. And on January 10th, which is today, there would be distributing the awards, which I've said that there would be selecting of 30 both individual and organizations as well. So this is not just a day, but it's an important event to understand that how well Indian government or India is supporting our diaspora presence globally. So this fosters the diplomatic aspects, and there can be multi-dimensional contributions as well. So it's an important day to be understood and analyzed in the exam perspective as well. Thank you.